Hello dear children, welcome back to the Acknowledge series by Amit Publishing House. I am Vandana and we are doing book 8. This is your English grammar book and here this is the cover page of your book, English Grammar Plus Skills Unleashed Workbook. So children, today we are going to do chapter number 14 of your book and the name of the chapter is Active and Passive Verbs. So let's start with the chapter. So all transitive verbs have an active and passive voice because these verbs require one or more objects. So जितने भी transitive verbs होते हैं वो क्या होते हैं, उसके अंदर हमेशा एक active या फिर passive voice होता ही है. Why? Because these verbs require one or more object. क्योंकि ये जो verbs हैं इन्हें एक से ज़्यादा object की ज़रूरत होती है. So sentence that have transitive verbs are formed into passive because of the construction of the passive voice. Now the movement of object is required here. Now here children, some common transitive verbs are given followed by the direct objects. And the examples are bring, send, owe, contain, pass, take, tell, verify, check, make, annoy, lay, lend, offer, edit, buy, show, get, wash and finalize. The active voice is used when the subject does an action upon the object. So active voice हम कब use करते हैं? जब जो हमारा जो subject है it does an action, वो action को करता है upon the object के ऊपर. So here the example are given. Somebody wore my shoes and Reena cut the cake. Now in the above sentences the subject somebody and Reena do action upon the objects. So यहाँ पे जो दो examples दिए गए हैं, somebody wore my shoes and Reena cut the cake. अब आप देखोगे इसमें जो somebody और Reena है ये दोनों काम कर रहे हैं और वो जो काम कर रहे हैं उसका इम्पैक्ट किस पे आ रहा है, शूज पे आ रहा है या फिर यहाँ पे केक पे आ रहा है. The passive voice is used when we want to emphasize the action, means the verb and the object of a sentence. So passive voice हम कब यूज करते हैं, जब हम emphasize करना चाहते हैं किसी चीज पे, हम प्रेशराइज या फिर फोकस करना चाहते हैं ऑन द वर्ब पे हम करना चाहते हैं ये काम, एंड ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस रादर देन द सब्जेक्ट. तो हम इसमें क्या करते हैं, ऐसे सेंटेंस पे हम जो ऑब्जेक्ट है उस पे फोकस करते हैं सब्जेक्ट की जगह पे. आइदर द सब्जेक्ट इज लेस इंपॉर्टेंट देन द एक्शन और द सब्जेक्ट इज अननोन. सो ऐसे केस में सब्जेक्ट जो है वो लेस इंपॉर्टेंस का होता है या फिर सब्जेक्ट अननोन होता है. Now here the example is given again. We can see it. My shoes were worn by somebody and the cake was cut by Reena. So अभी जो है हमने इन जो ऊपर sentences दिए गए थे इनको ही हमने change किया है in the passive voice. So active voice को हमने passive voice में change किया. तो somebody wore my shoes का हो गया my shoes were worn by somebody. और Reena cut the cake का बन गया the cake was cut by Reena. So in the above sentence, the object shoes and cake are emphasized more than the subject, somebody and Reena. So अब ये जो sentence है इसमें shoes और cake पे ज़्यादा emphasize दिया जा रहा है in place of somebody or Reena. So this is active and passive. Now let's learn the formation of passives in different tenses. So passive के बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे different tenses में जब हम फॉर्मेशन कैसे करते हैं. The passive voice is formed with the suitable tense in the verb be plus past participle form of the main. So passive voice में be form यूज होता है और उसके साथ past participle form यूज करते हैं हम जो हमारा main verb है उसका. Now let's learn the rules. So here in the first column you can see tenses are given. Now the formation and example. So first is simple present. So in the simple present tense, are is used with the past participle form and the example is For active voice, the Japanese make sushi. Now in the passive voice we have converted the sentence, और sentence क्या बन गया? Sushi is made by the Japanese. So अभी हमने ऑब्जेक्ट को हमने सब्जेक्ट की प्लेस पे रख दिया है एंड जो हमारा सब्जेक्ट था वो ऑब्जेक्ट की प्लेस पे चला गया है. Now the next one is present continuous tense. अब present continuous tense में हम क्या करते हैं? In this we use is MR plus being plus past participle form. And here in active voice में she is embroidering beautiful scarves. And in the passive voice, beautiful scarves are being embroidered by her. So यहाँ पे हमने she जो हमारा subject था उसको because the position is changed तो हमने इसे her में convert कर दिया है. Now the next is present perfect tense. So present perfect tense में हम use करते हैं has have plus been plus past participle form. And here in the active voice you can see your company has cheated me. अब जो है मी को हमने जब मी की पोजीशन चेंज की है फ्रॉम ऑब्जेक्ट टू सब्जेक्ट तो मी का आई कर देंगे. सो आई हैव बीन चीटेड बाय योर कंपनी. नाउ द नेक्स्ट इज सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. अब सिंपल पास्ट टेंस में हम क्या करते हैं? वी यूज द was were plus being plus past participle form. So in active voice the Roys invited the Khannas. अब खन्नास जो है स्टार्टिंग में चले जाएंगे, ऑब्जेक्ट की जगह से सब्जेक्ट की प्लेस पे चले जाएंगे. सो द खन्नास वर इनवाइटेड बाय द रॉयल्स. नेक्स्ट इन द पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअस टेंस was were plus past participle form. This is used here. Now I was washing my car and my car was being washed by me. So this is the changes that we are going to make in from active to passive. Next is past perfect. So past perfect में हमें क्या करना है? We have to use had plus been plus past participle form. So here in the active voice, the company appointed a new manager when I joined. अब जो है now we are going to change. क्योंकि मैनेजर की बात हो रही है तो मैनेजर को हम जो है लगा देंगे स्टार्टिंग. सो अ न्यू मैनेजर हैड बीन अपॉइंटेड व्हेन आई जॉइंड. नाउ लेट्स कम टू द सिंपल फ्यूचर टेंस. सो विद इन दिस वी यूज द विल बी प्लस पास्ट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म. सो एक्टिव वॉइस में हम यूज करते हैं ही विल सेल द हाउस नेक्स्ट मंथ एंड द हाउस विल बी सोल्ड बाय हिम नेक्स्ट मंथ. So these are the two examples to convert active to passive voice. Now the next is simple future tense. In this we use the will be plus past participle form. And he will sell the house next month. The house will be sold by him next month. Next is future perfect. Will plus have been plus past participle. So in the active voice, we make the sentence as we will decorate the stage before the chief guest arrives. And in the passive voice, we change it like the stage will be decorated and will have been decorated before the chief guest arrives. So these are the few of the rules, children, that we have to learn. And after learning them, let's come to the book exercise. So this is your practice time 1. And the first question is change the following sentences into passive voice. First question is Mohan reads a book. Mohan is the subject here and book is the object. Mohan subject की place पे है, book object की जगह पे है. So now we have to change the place of object and the subject. So what will be the sentence? A book is being read by Mohan. A book is being read by Mohan. Now, why do you waste time? So here the sentence will be, why is the time wasted by you? So, like this, we have to change the following sentences from active voice to the passive voice. So, children, we have done the two of the questions. Like this, you have to complete the rest of the exercise. Now, the next topic that we are going to learn is passive voice of imperative sentences. So imperative sentences, we know imperative sentence वो sentence होते हैं जो किसी को command देते हैं, request करते हैं या फिर आप कह सकते हो advice देते हैं. So ऐसे sentence को हमें passive voice में change करना है. So when our transitive verb expresses command or order, advice, request, suggestion, it is said to be in the imperative mode. So अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि ये सारी चीजें हो रही है, इसका मतलब the sentence is in imperative form. Now we usually use let while changing the active voice into the passive voice. So जब हम ऐसे sentence में हम active से passive में change करते हैं तो हम क्या use करते हैं? Let. Into the passive voice we use the past participle form of the advice. So इन सारे words ये सब जो हैं इनके past participle form use करने होते हैं by adding ed लगाते हैं. For example, the examples are given here. Insult nobody. So this is an imperative sentence. अब इसे जो है आप देख सकते हो, we have changed this into the passive voice. So दो तरीके हैं. Here many types are given here. Let nobody be insulted. So अभी हमने पढ़ा था कि let से we have to start the sentence. So let nobody be insulted. अब इंसल्ट में हमने क्या कर दिया? ईडी लगा दिया, इंसल्टेड हो गया. नेक्स्ट इसे और जो दूसरा तरीका है, ये फर्स्ट टाइप था, और जो सेकंड तरीका है जिससे हम लिख सकते हैं यू आर एडवाइज नॉट टू इंसल्ट एनीबॉडी. तो यू आर एडवाइज्ड, आप एडवाइस आपको दी जा रही है कि नॉट टू इंसल्ट एनीबॉडी. नाउ द सेकंड वन इज, सेकंड एग्जांपल हियर इज प्लीज ओपन द डोर. अब आप प्लीज कह रहे हो मीन्स रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हो. सो यू आर रिक्वेस्टेड टू ओपन द डोर. So this is the first type of sentence for this. Now the second is let the door be open. So open में हमने ed लगा दिया. So let the door be open. So there are two ways of changing active voice in the imperative sentence to the passive voice. Post this letter. आप क्या कर रहे हो? किसी को command दे रहे हो कि letter post कर देना. So here the answer is, this is the answer here. Let the letter be posted. Or you are ordered to post this letter. So these are the two forms जिसमें हम इसे convert कर सकते हैं, change कर सकते हैं. Don't abuse anyone. किसी को abuse मत करो. So you are forbidden to abuse anyone and let nobody be abused. So these are the two forms. In this we can change. Now the fifth one is let us go out for a walk. It is suggested that we should go for a walk. अब यहाँ पे आप suggestion दे दो. So children, now let's do the book exercise here. Exercise number B. Do it at once. So now we can start with let it be done at once. Let it be done at once. Keep to the left. So here we can write be kept to the left. So these are the two examples that we have done. And the rest is your homework. You have to do on your own. Children, like this only complete the rest of the exercise. Now here the next topic that we are going to learn is passive voice of sentence with modal verbs. So passive voice जो है we are changing modal verbs के साथ. So modal plus infinitive constructions are made passive by using passive infinitives. So passive infinitives की मदद से we can change them into passives. So here these sentences are in the active voice. Now we have changed them into the passive voice. So here you can say you should open the doors. So the door should be opened by you. She can solve the sum. The sum can be solved by her. Now modal plus perfect infinitive construction. So here we have used modal plus infinitive constructions, but here we have used modals plus perfect infinitive constructions. So these are made passive by using a passive perfect infinitive. So passive, यहाँ पे हमने passive infinitive use किया था, अब हम यहाँ पे passive perfect infinitive use करेंगे for changing it. Now the examples are, you should have told me. You should have told me. अब इसे जब हमने पैसिव में चेंज किया तो क्या बना? I should have been told by you. Now he could have helped her. She could have been helped by him. So यहाँ पे जो her था या me था, we have changed their position and me becomes here I and her becomes she. So she could have been helped by her. So we have used here have been. So these are the two examples, children. Like this, we can complete the rest of the exercise. Now the next is passive voice of non-finites. So here we use the verb plus ing. Construction is changed into the passive voice by using being in the past participle form. So verb के साथ जो ing हम यूज करते हैं उसे हम चेंज करके क्या कर देते हैं, हम उसे पैसिव वॉइस में चेंज करने के लिए बीइंग के साथ हम पास्ट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म यूज करते हैं. सो हियर शी रिमेंबर हर मदर टेकिंग हर टू द फेयर. अब यहाँ पे हमने टेकिंग वर्ड लिखा है जिसमें आईएनजी का यूज किया गया है. सो शी रिमेंबर हर मदर टेकिंग हर टू द फेयर. Now we have changed this sentence into the passive voice. So she remembered being taken to the fair by her mother. So यहाँ पे हमने being taken लगाया है क्योंकि taking को हमने change कर दिया ing हटा के हमने उसका past participle form लिख दिया है. So being taken is used here, being plus taken to the fair by her mother. Now she does not like people looking at her. She does not like being looked by the people. So again here looking को हमने change करके looked कर दिया है, being looked. Here again past participle form is used. Now the next point is the to infinitive plus object construction is changed into the passive voice by using to be plus past participle. So here in the active voice she is to do this and जब हम इसे passive में convert करेंगे this is to be done by her. You are to obey the orders. Orders are to be obeyed by you. Now the third point is the present participle and the perfect participle constructions are changed into the passive voice by using being plus past participle and having plus past participle. So present participle and the perfect participle का जो construction है उसे change करना है हमें. जब हमें passive में change करना तो हम क्या use करते हैं, being के साथ past participle form use करते हैं या फिर having के साथ past participle form use करते हैं. So here finishing her work she took rest. So the work being finished she took rest. Having washed her clothes she went to the market. Clothes have been washed she went to the market. So these are the changes that we have to know and learn them. Now let's come quickly to the table that is showing passive voice of modals and non-finites. So here in the active voice Can play becomes can be played. May be played. Must be played. Ought to be played. Could be played. Might be played. Should be played. Would be played. To be played. To have been played. Playing, being played, and having been played. So these are a few of the examples that we have to learn. Now let's quickly come to the book exercise. This is exercise number C, and here you have to change the sentence into the passive voice. So you can win the match. So what will be the answer? The match can be won by you. So write down here, children. The match can be won by you. Now the next is he should help her. So here help her को हम बना देंगे she, because we are changing the place of her. So her is in the object place. Now we have to shift this her to the subject place. So the answer is she should be helped by, अब he का बन जाएगा him. So she should be helped by him. So these are the two examples that we have done, children, and the rest is your homework. Now let's come to the D exercise. The given sentences are in the present tense. Change them into the passive voice. So present tense में sentence दिए गए हैं and इसे हमें passive voice में change करना है. So the first sentence is this dish tastes sweet. So यहाँ पे इसका जो correct answer क्या बनेगा? This dish tastes sweet. So this dish, write down, this dish is sweet when tasted. So this dish is sweet when tasted. So like this, let's do the second one. The milk smells sour. So the answer will be the taste of the milk. The taste of the milk smells sour. So children, these are the two examples that we have done, and the rest of the exercise is your homework you have to do on your own. Now let's come to E exercise. Change the verb of these sentences from passive to active. So children, here these sentences are given in the passive voice and we have to change them into the active voice. So as you know, the active voice, passive voice में when we convert the sentence, तो हमारा जो object है वो subject की place ले लेता है और जो subject है वो object की place ले लेता है. So now we have to change the place of these two. So the first question here is the crown was picked by the king. So here the sentence will be the king picked up the crown. So let's write down the answer. The king picked up the crown. Now the next one is let the work be done by you today. So here we have to change the place of you and work done. So here the answer will be please do the work. Please do the work today. So children, these are the two questions that we have done, and like this you can do the rest of the questions. So these are your homework. Now the next exercise is, here you have to underline the verb in these sentences and write whether they are transitive or intransitive. So the boatmen have been rowing for an hour. So here rowing is the verb here. We have to underline rowing and it is intransitive. Next, Tina always shares generously. So here shares is the verb and it is also intransitive. So like this, children, complete the rest of the exercise. So with this, we have completed the chapter. I hope that you have understood what is active and passive voice and how can we do the conversion of from active to passive and passive to active. So children, if you have any queries related to the chapter, you can ask me in the comments and I'll be waiting for you with a new video. Till then, stay there.